Hundreds of thousands of Californians are waiting right now to get unemployment benefits that they are owed, and many of them are running out of patience trying to get help.
Tonight we have continuing coverage on the mess at the Employment Development Department in an I-Team investigation, EDD debacle.
I felt like I was a guinea pig, and I went through all of the hurdles in order to make things happen.
Nikki Faith knows all about the issues at California's Employment Development Department. Unemployed since the beginning of the pandemic, she got cut off at the end of 2020.
Actually, it was the last day of December, was on New Year's. I went to the grocery store. Naturally, it was right before a holiday, and there's 8 people behind me, and I have, tons of groceries, and I went to go pay, and my benefits card had declined multiple times.
Her difficulties were just beginning.
We're currently receiving more calls than we can answer and are unable to assist you at this time. Please try again later.
Over a year into the debacle, EDD shows it's answering just a little over 7% of the total calls it receives. On average, people are calling nearly 12 times a day.
What percentage of the time did you get through to someone?
I'd say 0%.
Her outrage shared by hundreds of thousands of people and by lawmakers in Sacramento. I talked with local state senator Melissa Melendez, state assemblyman Chad Mays, and state assemblyman Eduardo Garcia.
Well, look, it's been a complete disaster, and everything points to a number of decisions that go back to 2013, where systems were adopted at some point were not completely implemented, including fraudulent systems that were adopted in 2013.
So at least there's bipartisan rage about this.
This is, if there's one thing that is unified, both the Republicans and the Democrats and the lowly independent in the legislature, it is this issue of almost every member.
We have money going to death row inmates, but we don't have money going to the people who actually need it.
Here's the story by the numbers. 230,000 claims are past 21 days pending this week. That's the highest number since February. The department unable to catch up despite the fact that new claims are generally declining with the economy reopening.
Is your office turned into essentially a branch of EDD where you're dealing with dozens of people every day or more?
It feels like it. I will tell you, it started feeling like that last year, when we started getting all of these cases.
And even with, my district staff, when they're taking these calls and they're hearing the desperation in people's voices, it's almost overwhelming. And this is all because of a failed state government agency.
In Faith's case, she reached out to Assemblyman Garcia's office. That's how she finally got help. 3 months and thousands of dollars in overdue payments into her EDD debacle.
Thankfully, had a direct access to somebody that they would meet with once a week, and they were able to really dive in and get an inside look of what was going on.
Still no explanation as to why she had been flagged in the first place, creating the delays. So, with agreement that the system is broken, what should be done about it?
Sometimes you just have to put money into things that people don't find very exciting, but it's got to be done because when you need it, you expect it to work.
This is an issue of efficiencies and effectiveness and also accountability.
It's like trying to fly a plane when it's on fire. Unfortunately, the systems themselves are what are needed. So you can't fix the whole system when the plane is still the plane is on fire.
We, of course, requested an interview with someone from the Employment Development Department. In April, we were told they would not have anyone available. Then this week, we asked again on Tuesday. They said they would check to see if someone would be available. We have not heard from them again. EDD does ask people to use the resources on their website to try to get their issues resolved. If you can't find an answer that way, then the next step is to try to call EDD. If you're one of the 7%, you might get through. If you can't get through, then you can call your state lawmaker or email them. You can find resources in this story that's now posted on our website, kesq.com.